Today. My name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for coming by and checking out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you how to make maple bourbon honey ribs. Now, what got me motivated to make this was because I recently came across some pure maple syrup. In Wisconsin here where I live, this is a big thing. This is actually made and produced in the town I live in. We have a lot of maple trees actually on our property as well. And most of you guys, you know, you go to the store, you buy some maple syrup. Most of the time, that's not really pure maple syrup. That's like syrup with maple flavored added. So this is the real McCoy. And if you're going to go to the trouble making a homemade bourbon honey glaze with some maple syrup, try to get the real stuff if you can. It's a little bit more expensive, but I think it's going to be well worth it. So I got 2 slabs of baby back ribs. Super easy. I'm going to season it. I'm going to smoke them for 2 to 3 hours until they absorb some smoke. And then I'm going to make a homemade glaze with, of course, the star of the show, the maple syrup. We're going to add a little bit of bourbon, some honey, a little bit of apple cider vinegar. I'm going to reduce that down on the stove top, and then we're just going to glaze these ribs during the last half hour or so of cooking time. And this is going to be way better than any of that store-bought barbecue sauce. It's going to add a nice salty and sweet glaze. So stick around, guys. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. Alright guys, so the first thing I did is take the ribs out of the packaging. I like to remove this back membrane, and I showed you how to do that, guys, several times before. You take a little knife or something and kind of pick up that skin on the end, and it's really slippery. So grab a paper towel, and you're going to grab on and hold the ribs down. You're just going to pull this membrane off, like so. This will also help the seasoning adhere to the ribs. Okay, so there's one. Let's get the second one here. Very easy. Now some people leave it on. I mean, it's up to you. I don't like it. I think it's tough. I think it's nasty. So I'm not going to leave it on. Okay, I'm going to trim these up a little bit, and then we'll be back in a second to season them up. Alright guys, so the next step, you know how this goes, is you're going to put your favorite rub on. I have some Kansas City Cowtown The Squeal Hog Rub. I made some pulled pork and I bought this big canister, so this will work fine. Just to let you know if you're kind of curious: salt, dehydrated garlic, onion, brown sugar, paprika, some sugar, spices, you know, the basic stuff. Now, these just came out of the package, so they're still a little moist, so I don't think I need any kind of a binder. You can use a binder if you'd like, but we're just going to apply some of this rub evenly on both sides of the ribs. This is going to give it a nice color too when we get it in the smoker. Just like so. Kind of pat it down in there. Try to get the sides as well. Alright. Let's flip these over. And then while I go fire up the smoker, I'm going to let these kind of sit here on my kitchen counter and come up a little bit to room temperature and start to sweat some of this seasoning into the ribs. So you know how this is, guys. Give me a few minutes. We'll get these coated up. Be back in a minute. Here we are. Look at these, man. Alright. Season it up with your favorite rub. Just let them sit here. Come to room temperature. For this cook, I'm going to use my char griller auto Kamado. Let's go outside, fire it up. Alright guys, I got some lump charcoal in my auto Kamado char griller. It's a lot of charcoal, and obviously I'm not going to need this much for cooking a couple racks of ribs. But you know what? All I have to do is seal everything off, and it'll be ready for the next cook. So I always kind of put a good amount in there. So we're just going to allow this to start. I'm going to be running this at 250. Sometimes this grill can overshoot, so if I do it at 250 and it goes up to 275, I'm not stressed. Or the other direction, if it goes down to 225 instead of 250. You know, anywhere between 225 and 275 is fine. That's why I'm kind of going right in the middle at 250. That'll allow these ribs a little bit of time to get some smoke. So, I'm going to give this a few minutes. I'm going to go get their... Alright guys, it's been around 15 minutes. You can see I got some nice flames going in the center. Now I have a few pieces of cherry wood. I'm just going to put on the outside here. Some of this might not even burn for this cook, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to set this up now. So I have my heat deflector covered with foil. I'm going to place right there in the center. Now let me go get the grate. Next we put the grate down. And then of course, last but not least, we gotta throw on those racks. Alright, let's see. I'll put one back here. And we'll put another rack right there. Alright guys, there we are. I'm gonna cook these for 2 to 3 hours. Just want them to get some smoke. We'll kind of check back on them. But the auto Kamado, let's turn her on. Like I mentioned, we're going to do 250, and we're going to put it D1, whoops, right by the 1 position. Alright guys, I heard the fan kick in. It's 178 and climbing. We'll just let these sit now. I'm ready for a cold beverage. I'll meet you guys inside. Alright guys, this is probably the first and last time I'm ever going to be doing a drink review on a beer that I can confidently say at the time of this recording, just about no one in the United States will be able to get their hands on. Never. Well, no, eventually it might. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. We have a brewery here in Chippewa Falls called Leinenkugel's. They've been around for a very, very long time. And they just opened up a new brewery where they're doing smaller batches of experimental beers that they share with the locals, and if it's a big hit they might put it into full production. So some friends from my work went to a little beer tasting and they had some different beers. So this is first batch brew. I have to thank Laura from my work. She gave it to me. I guess she's not a big beer drinker. But this is gingerbread ale. It's a brown ale, 4.4% alcohol. I have to drink it within 2 weeks, so or within 10 days, which I'm in 10 days. It's been in the fridge. And yeah, that's what I'm having. If this is really good, it might go into local production. You might find it somewhere across the country. But that's what I'm having. This is my daughter, Ava Grace, and my son, Kyle.
Hi.
Hello. Ava Grace is fighting a cold. If you notice, her voice is a little off.
I lost my voice.
Yeah. Now, Ava Grace is going to have some Indian summer apple cider. I bought some of this because it's that time of year. It's fall. There's apple cider, but I'm also spraying this with a mixture of apple cider vinegar on those ribs, or I will be. So that's what Ava Grace is having.
Excited to try it.
And then when I went over to get this maple syrup, a couple miles away from where we live, they had a special root beer, which I had to get. This is Wisconsin maple root beer. It's made with Wisconsin pure maple syrup. It says, when pancakes meet, ice cream floats. So, and yeah, that's made right here. It's made by Sprecher Brewing Company, Glendale, Wisconsin.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's what Kyle's having. Now, I'm going to pour you some. I already got your little thing here with your straw. This might help you if you're sick, because this has got a lot of vitamin C in it. Ooh. Oops. And that's what Ava Grace is having. then I'm going to
Is
try
it
it.
just normal apple cider?
Yeah, it's made from U.S. apples. I don't know where it's made. Let me see.
It's just apple cider. I've had apple cider.
It's made in Traverse City, Michigan. It says ingredients: apple juice, ascorbic acid, vitamin C. So that's what it is.
Holy moly.
What? Nice little head? Mm-hmm. All right, let's see here, guys.
I don't need to pour mine because it's already poured.
That's right. It's got a nice head. Oh, I do smell a little bit of gingerbread. Now, the people at my work who went, none of them were super fantastic about it, because I asked them about it. I said, that sounds like an interesting beer. They said, yeah, it was all right. But again, thank you, Laura, for giving me this for a drink review. It's probably the most unique beer I've done a review. And look at the color. It's a nice color, nice brown ale.
I noticed won't come over to camera, but
What?
between you guys, most of the drinks that are like very dark, you can kind of see for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah,
is like
it's black.
completely,
Cheers.
you can't see anything.
Cheers, you guys. Cheers, Kyle. All right, guys.
Kyle, cheers.
Thanks again for stopping by. We're going to have some delicious ribs here shortly. Okay, it smells more gingerbread than it tastes. It's actually a lot less flavorful than I would anticipate it. But on the tail end, I can taste a little bit of that gingerbread. It's certainly not overpowering. In fact, if I didn't tell you about it, I don't even know if you would pick up on it. It's that subtle. But it's good. I mean, it probably wouldn't be something that I would drink a lot of. Maybe one, kind of a seasonal kind of thing around this time, you know, on a Thanksgiving or fall day. But very interesting. Again, thank you, Laura, for providing me the gingerbread ale. All right, Ava Grace. How is your Indian summer apple cider?
I don't know really. Because it's normal apple cider and I've had apple cider before.
Okay. So it tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to reduce her talking because you can hear her voice. All right, Kyle. Now I'm really curious. I don't know how much you like maple syrup, but does it taste like maple syrup?
Well, I like maple syrup. I'm
Okay.
not the kind of person to put it on everything. But it's definitely, surprisingly, it's not that mapley. It has a bit different of a taste than a normal root beer.
Really?
So I'm like, okay, well then I guess that has to be the maple. But it's not like you tasting, oh, that's mapley. It's just kind of there.
Yeah, I think they, instead of using any kind of sugar, they just use, oh no, they do use cane sugar. It says carbonated water, cane sugar, Wisconsin maple syrup, caramel color, and some other stuff. Huh. Now, would that be a root beer you would try again? Or is that just kind of not really?
It is good. I feel like part of it might be I'm starting to come down with something too.
Oh,
so
jeez. Everyone's getting sick in this house.
my taste buds aren't the way they usually are.
All right. Well, there you go, guys. I'm gonna enjoy this, yeah, we'll go check out on those ribs in a little bit, and then I'm gonna put together that glaze that we'll put on it. Yeah. Till then, we'll see you in a little bit. Cheers. Cheers again to our viewers, guys. Thanks for stopping by. All right, guys, we're at the hour mark, and as always, this char griller is holding temps perfectly, right at 250. So let me put it on hold here real quick, and we'll take a look at it. As I mentioned earlier, we have the 50-50 blend of the apple cider Ava Grace drank for her drink review and apple cider vinegar. I'm going to spray, keep these ribs nice and moist. There we are. Someone's probably going to want to know what the temp is, so let's just take a look here. 153. 153. Well, these over here, 151. Oh, I hit a bone. They still got some time. So there we go, guys. I'll let them go for another hour. Maybe two. We just want to get some smoke on them. All right, guys. We are at the 2-hour mark. And look at this, man. It's still holding right at 250. Really impressed today. All right, let's put it on hold. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. See. They're looking good. I don't think I need to spray anything else on there because they are still very moist. Starting to see a little bit of the bone, but not much. Let's just take a look here. Oh, I hit a bone there. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to get inside. These are just about ready to be wrapped. I'm going to go inside and work on that glaze. I'll meet you guys inside. Alright guys, so now we're going to make that glaze. So get yourself a medium saucepan. First thing, I got around 4 teaspoons of the barbecue rub. We're just going to add a little flavor. I got 4 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. And now I have a half a cup of everything here. I have a half a cup of that wonderful maple syrup. That's going to add such a delicious flavor to these ribs. Half a cup of honey. The honey is the hardest thing to get out, so get a little spatula or something. And then last but not least, half a cup of bourbon. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give this a quick stir. I'm going to put this on the stove top over medium heat. We want to bring this to a simmer, and then we want it to reduce down a little bit, get a little thicker, because that's going to be our wonderful glaze. So there we go, guys. I'll get this on the stove and I'll meet you over there. Alright guys, I've had it here on the stovetop for around 5-6 minutes. I had it on medium heat. It started to boil, so I turned it down. Now you just want to stir it real good, make sure all those particles dissolve from the barbecue rub, and we want to allow it to simmer to burn off the alcohol in the bourbon. So yeah, I'm going to reduce it just to see how it's barely simmering. We're just going to keep it like this. This is on low heat for around 15-20 minutes until it thickens up and reduces down. Be back shortly. Alright guys, we are exactly at 3 hours. Dropped a little in temperature, 243. My target was 250, but still not bad at all considering. Alright, let's take a look here. I think these are about ready to come off and be wrapped up. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. Alright, well first things first, I can see some ribs starting to show. Let's just get a quick temperature reading and see where we're at. Oh yeah, I mean my goodness. These are cooking way faster than I thought. Way faster. These are going to be kind of probably fall off the bone, which is fine. Alright, I'm going to take these off. I'll meet you inside. We're going to wrap them up, kind of allow them to steam a little bit with some juice for that last hour of cooking, and then we'll apply more glaze. I'll meet you guys inside. Alright guys, first off, I'll show you the ribs here. Ooh, they look and smell great. Alright, what we're going to do now, we're going to wrap each rack in foil. So I have 2 sheets of the heavy-duty aluminum foil. First thing we want to do is we're going to pour some liquid in here. Fold up the edges because you don't want it to run all over your kitchen counter. I found out the hard way many years ago. Okay, flatten everything out. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of that out of the spray bottle, that apple cider and apple cider vinegar, the 50-50 blend. We're just going to put a little bit here in the bottom. We want a little bit of moisture, just like that. I'm going to put 4 pads of butter on here, like so. Now since I got this wonderful, pure Wisconsin maple syrup, and this stuff is so good, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that, just a straight syrup on here, like so. And here's that glaze, guys. It's been simmering. I'm just gonna pour a little bit on here. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna spoon some on here because we wanna save some for the last part of the cook when we're like kind of caramelize it. And that's really what this is for. But I'm just gonna add a little bit here because that's got the bourbon and the rub and all that good stuff. Okay. And now we're just gonna take a rack of ribs. Ooh, they're hot. I should be wearing gloves. And I'm gonna put them with the rib section up like that. And now we're going to wrap them. We're gonna put these back on the smoker for around an hour. What's gonna happen now is that the steam's gonna be made inside here, kind of tenderized, bring them right up to that final serving temperature. They're gonna be absolutely delicious. So that's it, guys. There they are, wrapped on the smoker. That's all there is to it. We're gonna keep it at the same temperature, 250 degrees. We'll come check on it in an hour. Hey guys, it's been just over an hour. It's holding right at 250. Whew. So what I'm gonna do now, these are probably nice and cooked and tender. We're just gonna open these things up a little bit here. Because we wanna kinda, not only are we gonna open them up here, ooh, hopefully I won't get in your way, guys. We're gonna flip these over. Look at the ribs, man. You can tell. Oh, I forgot to. All right, there we go. So I just want these to heat up a little bit, kind of take a little of that moisture off, and then I'll apply the glaze. I'm just going to give it like 10 minutes here. Ooh. Look at these guys. Oh man. All right. I just want you guys to see. Look at that. Oh my God. All right. So just try to crunch the foil down so it can still fit in your smoker when you close the lid. This will be a little bit of a challenge. You don't want that juice to drip out. We're going to apply a glaze in a minute. I'm just going to give this a minute to heat up and hopefully dry off that surface. Let's see, guys. Look at that. Wow. All right, guys. I'll give it like 10 minutes. We'll be back in a minute. All right, guys. It's been around 10 minutes. All right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to get these ribs like right on the grill. I got that glazing sauce here. It's really thick. Okay. So let's just try. Easier said than done because I don't want to drip this liquid everywhere. I think if I could carry it, let's see. I think I could do this. Oh, there we go, dude. Right on the grill. I'm gonna foil up this liquid. All right, now let's see if we can get this rack out. Just gonna move it aside here. Oh yeah, okay. Woohoo! There we go. Again, save that liquid. You could definitely add that to your glaze. Alright guys, I got this glaze. Look how thick this is. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just we're going to apply some of this honey, bourbon, maple glaze on these ribs. Oh man, oh man. And this is just the original stuff I reduced down. I'll probably add that liquid from those 2 foil packets. And kind of maybe add a little maple syrup and honey to that and heat it up on the stove. Hey, you want more of this glaze. Look at this. Actually, let me just pour some Look how thick it is, guys. It's reduced down. Wisconsin maple, Wisconsin honey, and bourbon. And what more do you want? Don't need any barbecue sauce. Let's get a little over here. Alright, guys. There we go. Let's close this up and we'll give it another 10-15 minutes just to kind of caramelize that glaze. We'll be back. Alright, guys, it's been around 10-11 minutes. Let's see. Whew. Oh, man. I did add the juice from the foil pouches in here, and I've kind of had it in the stovetop. It's still not as thick as it was before, but we're going to still pour. It's got all the flavors that we're looking for right here. We'll just pour a little bit over here. I'll save a little bit to thicken up. But yeah, look at these things, man. All these racks. Oh. Alright, guys, look at this, man. Sorry, it got dark out here, so. Man, oh man. Alright. I think like another 10 minutes and we are done, guys. All right, here they are. Wow. Smell wonderful, look wonderful. I just had them hanging out here, had them covered with foil, but now I'm ready to slice into them. Man, looks good. Be back in a minute. All right, here they are. Let's just slice the smaller one here. You know what I think I want to do? Oh man, look at these. Dixie's going crazy. I'm going to turn them upside down just so I have a better angle for the slicing. You know, where I can see. Oh, there's a bone there. Alright. Let's just take a look at one. Because I know you guys are interested. Look at that. Wow. Definitely a smoke ring. And again, guys, let's just take one. Let's just show you there. See the juice in that? See the little smoke ring? Oh, man. All right, let me cut this. Well, I'm just about done. We'll get the family out here. I still got some of that glaze on the stovetop. I don't know if we need it. But anyway. Let me get this prepared. We'll be back in a minute. Alright, guys. All I'm doing now is just applying some of that leftover glaze on top of each rib piece here. Kind of soaking up that flavor. Oh man. That maple syrup, that honey, that bourbon. Oh, I'm really liking that little pink smoke ring on these ribs. Man, they look good. Alright. Wow. And look, I just put this, the idea for this glaze together. I didn't know how it was going to turn out, but boy, I love that maple syrup. I'll have to say that. So, be back in a second, guys. I'll get the family out here. We'll give this a taste. All right, guys, welcome back. I'm here with my whole family. My wife, Monica,
Hi.
my daughter, Ava Grace,
Hi.
my son, Kyle.
Hello.
I sliced up that one rack, and I put some of that glaze on.
Looks good.
Pick one of the middle ones, Kyle, I think, because that might be a little bit crispy.
Oh yeah, get a soft one. And then we put some meat off of one for Ava Grace so she
Little
can
here.
sit and eat it with her fingers.
Yeah, there you go. Pick that one. Grab your
Okay.
neck, too.
And see, this one's gonna be smoky because that one's got a little more red or pink on it. That's gonna be more smoky flavored than that piece. So all of it's gonna be good though.
It is fall off the bone.
Here we go.
So what is this again?
Barbecue ribs, like your song.
Lick your fingers, put on your bibs. Guys, do you remember that?
Wow, that glaze is really good.
Oh wow.
You try it?
Wow.
Look, guys, this is kind of fall off the bone. It cooked a little faster than I thought, but look at that, man. Little smoke ring.
Wow. That's delicious. I can taste the smoke. It's moist.
Very moist. The flavor from
Oh,
the
I like
honey.
that sweet though.
The sweet, some maple, and the honey.
It's offset.
I put a little apple
It's
cider
good.
vinegar to kind of set off the sweetness a little bit, which it did.
It's really good.
Look at that, guys. Clean bone.
What do you think,
What do you
Cal?
think, Cal?
My taste buds are a bit off.
Yeah, everyone's getting sick here. I just got over a cold. Ava Grace, obviously, with her voice, you could hear. Kyle
my voice.
thinks he's catching it, so
Well, hopefully I stay clear of it. I managed to not get sick when you did.
welcome to the fall, I guess, in Wisconsin,
guess.
where everyone's getting sick. So what do you think?
Oh, it's delicious.
It's
I would.
better than a barbecue
This is
sauce.
better than a restaurant.
Yeah, it's very good. I'm gonna grab another one. So guys, as always, I appreciate you stopping by, watching my video. If you like it, please hit the like button. Again, all the measurements and the recipe is down below, but I'll leave a link also to my website, ericsmokingbbq.com. See the logo on my shirt? It's on the bottom corner of the screen there. Click that. You can subscribe to my channel. Please do that. It helps my channel grow. And we'll see you next time. Just look at the little smoke ring on this and the flavor.
Yeah, that smoke ring is beautiful. This is good.
What do you think, Ava Grace?
Oh, I didn't say anything to you guys, but it's good.
It is good.
I love the smoky flavor in it.
Yeah, it definitely has a smoky flavor. I love that all come out.
And the sweet on the outside.
Right.
This is a great glaze, guys. If you can get some really good, high quality maple syrup, I think that's the secret.
It's good.
Yep.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye.